finna do it for a while, but today I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do my Q&A video, because I said I was gonna do it. And so kind of giving you a little bit of information about me, getting to know me / Q&A video, I guess, or whatever like that. And so that's what we're doing today, y'all. Excuse my hair. I just took out some braids, and today I'm having me a wash day. Y'all don't judge me here. I'ma do better. I ain't gonna be getting on here, looking crazy all the time. Now, some days, y'all, I might be on here looking a little crazy, because I still gotta be me. I like to be comfortable. I like to be, relaxed or whatever. But I'm gonna do better, and then probably do me a twist out, something in my hair, because I ain't been wearing my hair out or whatever. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wear it out for a little bit, and then probably, I don't know, put on a wig, something, because baby, it's the maintenance of it all is a lot. And so yes, I'm so excited. If you don't know me, my name is Mauricia. My original thing that I like to do for my channel is my self-care Sundays, but today I want to do like just a get to know me Q&A video. I got questions right here in my book or whatever. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna pretty much do. My other phone is dead. I have a phone that I don't use, another iPhone I don't use. It's dead and I can't find it. And so I wanted to do the questions from the phone, but I don't know where my phone at. So I had to write them all down and put them in the book. But yes, if you new to my channel, like, comment, and subscribe, y'all, because I'm going to be bringing the content, baby. Y'all just bear with me. Your girl is new to YouTube, so I'm going to be bringing the content. I'm going to be doing a lot of little things for y'all, a lot of little cute things or whatever. And yes, please feel free to send me some video ideas. My social medias will be in the description bio, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put my social medias down there, and so y'all go on Instagram, follow me, message me ideas, message me whatever, video ideas, and also message me what I could do better and stuff like that, as far as like my video editing. Like I need y'all to let me know what's up. I need y'all to give me the goods. And so yes, if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe right now. Stop what you're doing, do that right now. So let's get into it. Oh y'all, because I'm just trying to pull myself together, because I was so mad. So I'm cleaning up. I done cleaned up my bathroom or whatever. I'm in there cleaning. So I get my rug, to shake my rug or whatever, so I can sweep up. I have no idea. I don't know if I was shaking the rug too hard. All I know is I hurt my nail. Just, y'all, blood. Like, this ain't no old little, your nail break. No, I literally broke half of my real nail off, and it was just bleeding, y'all. And so, it hurt so bad. But yeah, child, I done messed up my nail or whatever. I was a little mad about it, but I'm like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. I can't let it interrupt my day. I can't let it ruin my day or whatever. But it was trying to ruin my day, but I was like, you know what? Let me just keep doing what I'm doing. Let me finish doing what I'm doing and pull myself together. It's just a nail. But it hurt. It hurt, y'all. But let's get into these questions or whatever, so y'all can, get to know you, girl, get to know me or whatever like that. Because, that's the whole purpose of the video, these Q&A questions, so y'all can, get to know. What's a good and bad thing about you? Ooh, child, which one? Right into it. Just right into it. What's a good and bad thing about you? I feel like I got a lot of things. I feel like I got a lot of good things. I feel like I got a lot of things I need to work on. Some bad, some necessarily just character things that I have to work on. One that I can say, well, I'll just give one. So one that I can say is, I think a good and bad thing about me is that I can adjust easily. like, I'm not one of those people who, like, if somebody dies or something like that, and I don't know, because I done experienced a lot of, like, death or whatever around me, like, in my family, people that I was close with. I don't know if, like, to this day, I don't know if it's just that I may not fully allow myself to grieve. I don't know, because I feel like, I do or whatever, but I don't know. I just accept it. Like, I'm not one of those people, like, when a person die, I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm, just so hurt. Like I don't even do funerals. Like, I don't do funerals. I don't go to funerals because I don't like seeing, I just don't like seeing people crying and, all this other extra stuff. Like, I don't like that. I've had people really close to me die, like my grandma or whatever, my granddad. And, I went through my little process of, grieving or whatever, but it was never long. Like, I always was like, okay, like, I accepted what it was. Like, I always accepted, accept things for what they are. Like, I accepted it or whatever, and was just like, okay, you got to keep moving, you got to keep going. I feel like, I can, adjust well. Like, I can, sometimes things might be a little rocky, but then I'll get, used to it, or I'll get comfortable. Like, if, say I have a relationship or something and, it ends or something like that. Like, I'm not one of those people who be down for like months and months and stuff, grieving. Like, I don't know, I'm not like that. It's like, it's like, okay, well, I gotta move on. I gotta keep moving. I feel like I always been like that, and I don't know if it's because of all the things that I experienced. Like, I don't know if God made me that way or whatever. I don't even really understand it, but I just know that I done been through a lot, like, from a child up until this point in my life. And that is something that, has always just came naturally for me. Now, I can say, the bad side of that is, like, I can get comfortable even in bad situations, like, where you kind of shouldn't get comfortable at. Like, where, like, say, what's the example I can give? I can get comfortable in bad habits that I have, like, not pushing myself as much, not going as hard as I can, like, doing the bare minimum. Okay, well, I'ma just do this for now or whatever. I'ma just, cause it's working, when I know I can go harder and when I know I can go better. I feel like I can get comfortable with, staying on a certain level when it's time for me to elevate. And I've had experienced that a lot. Just on the spiritual level, cause I'm a spiritual person. I love God. I love Jesus or whatever. And so, like, in situations where I get comfortable and I feel like God knows that about me, like, it be like I gotta be pushed out there. It be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, you comfortable? You comfortable? Cause I don't let you stay here for a little bit. So you comfortable right here? Okay, boom. And then I get pushed out into the deep. I get pushed out into the deep in this sink or swim. Like, I ain't like, I don't got no choice. Like, you gotta do something about it. And so that's one of those things in my life that currently right now I am looking to master that on my own, and not having God to be like, okay, I'm finna push you out. Not having situations or circumstances have to push me out there, but literally like, okay, no, I'm gonna push myself because I know I need this. I know I want to go harder. I know I want more. No, I'm gonna push myself. But complacency for me has always been a struggle, and like, this is me being completely transparent, because people gonna tell you the good. They gonna tell you, oh yeah, I always been a hustler, I always been this, but people not gonna always share the downside of everything. They're not gonna share the bad stuff about themselves, because everybody want to look good. But for me, like, my issue, my struggle has just been complacency or whatever. And now I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I'm maturing out of it. Like, I ain't saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I don't still struggle with it, but I feel like opportunities are presenting themselves for me to keep going. I feel like some things you can be complacent with. Like, some stuff is out of your control. Like, some stuff you just got to be okay with it. You just got to be like, okay, I gotta accept this. But some stuff is not for you to accept. No, some stuff is for you to like keep moving, keep going, to go higher, go further or whatever. And so I feel like that's something about myself that's, you know, a good / bad thing or whatever. But yeah. What hurts you most, words or deeds? I want to say both. I want to say that I'm gonna say both can be hurtful, like both can be hurtful or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like what has hurt me more and what can hurt me more, I feel like is words. Like I feel like you can do something. Like I would rather a person like do something to me than, you know, to say the wrong thing to me. Like, you know, like for example, like I would rather. I was one of the, I would rather you just whoop me as a kid. Like I would rather just get a whooping than you just down talk me or verbally abuse me. Like like that's something that I don't like. And I hear people be like, oh, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Like that is a lie, child. That I don't know who made that lie. Like I don't know. But words do hurt, and I feel like words stick longer than it. Just and this is just my theory. You know, somebody else might have something different, but this is just my theory. I feel like for me, words do hurt. Words do hurt. I feel like, you know, you can, you know, whoop me all day or you can fight me, but it's certain things that you can say to me that will stick with me, that will always stick with me, that I'll never forget. Like there's literally things up to this day where there's things that's been said to me where I never forgot them. Like I never forget. And I feel like you have to be so careful with what you say out your mouth. You got to be careful to what you say to your kids. You got to be careful to what you say to the people around you. You got to be careful what you say to your spouse, your loved one, because words, like, people don't forget. Like, you know, we have a mind, we have a memory. And so a lot of times stuff is hard to forget. Stuff that things that are said. That's why you got to be very, very careful with what you say. Because what you say can ruin, and this is just my theory, what you say can ruin a relationship or ruin something forever. Like, there's things that a person can say to me that'll make me just, I won't talk to them again. Like, and my current situation that I'm working on, my current thing that I'm working on now is forgiveness. Because yes, I love God. Yes, I'm a believer, but I struggle with forgiveness. I do. I struggle with forgiveness, and I struggle with just the understanding of it. Like knowing when I've forgiven, knowing when I haven't forgiven, like knowing, okay, forgiveness, you saying, okay, forgive, but why I still feel the hurt? Why I still feel the pain? And so it's something that I'm currently working on. It's something that I'm currently like trying to, okay, yeah, it's okay to hurt. You're going to feel the hurt and you're going to feel the pain, but watch how you operate with that person. You can't operate out of a heart of not loving. Yeah, you can distance yourself, but you got to make sure that you still able to be loved. You got to make sure that you still able to be light, you know, in those type of situations. You can't let that person or that thing or whatever the situation may be, you can't let it cause you to be a mean person or cause you to be a nasty person, because that shows that you haven't fully resolved or you haven't fully forgiven in that situation. And so yeah, for me, I feel like words for me are more like intense or whatever. For some people it's deeds, but for me it's definitely words. Like I said, there's things that a person can say to me, like, and I can be good on them. You know, I can literally, like, we ain't gotta ever speak again. And you know, that's just what it is for me or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna say words. Who inspires you most? I'm gonna say, because I don't know if I have a actual person, like an actual human being. I'm gonna say people people who I see like beat the odds of life, like who beat the odds, like who come against odds that were in their life. Like when I see people and I know their story, or I know where they come from, and I see them like flourishing, and I see them like literally like living their best life. I see them like literally rising up from, you know, circumstances and situations. Those are people who inspire me. Like those are people who struggle like with their mind, and people who struggle with, you know, addictions, or just struggle like mentally. People who struggle spiritually. Those are people that inspire me. When I see somebody and, you know, I know where they come from, I know their story, or I hear their story, I see where they come from, I see how they made something out of nothing. Like I'm always inspired by those people. I'm always inspired when I see people make it out of negative circumstances, negative situations. When I see people make it out of, you know, the hood, or make it out of abusive relationship, like just seeing people overcome. Those are people who inspire me. Like anybody that's an overcomer, anybody that done, you know, beat the odds at life, those people are people who I salute. Those are people who I aspire and will be like, are people who completely defeated the odds like of life, who literally are overcomers. And so like I said, I don't have a exact person, but anybody that fall in that caliber is who inspires me. How old are you? I am, matter of fact, I just turned 28. You know, still, you know, young and pretty. But I just turned 28 in June. It was like, wow, like, girl, you getting up there. Like, you almost 30, girl. Like, girl, you really getting up there. Like, what has the time gone? It's so crazy. Like, baby, you will look back and time done just went and passed you by. I feel like that's another reason why I just feel a little more adamant, you know, about just, you know, doing more, like pushing, you know, trying to accomplish my dreams, trying to accomplish my goals. Not saying that it's easy, not saying I don't have days when I'm just lazy and I don't want to do nothing, but no, like I know that in my heart of hearts, like I know that in this season, I know my desires, and I know the effort and the work that I desire to put in. I'm 28 now or whatever, and there's things that I don't have that, you know, I want, that I feel like I should have, you know, at this point in my life or whatever. And so, you know, my goals and my dreams are to really like get them, to really accomplish it, and not get caught up on that stuff, because you got to be real careful about, like, sometimes dreams and goals can become a distraction. Like, those things can become a distraction for you. You'll find yourself worshiping that stuff. And that's one thing that I don't ever want to do. I don't ever want to find myself worshiping a timeline, or worshiping, oh no, I need to get this right now. I need to know, like, I serve a living God. And so I know that where I lack, I really do trust that he will make up for that. And he's already done it. And so, you know, that's just how I look at it. Some people really do feel like, man, I'm on a timeline. I got to do this. I got to do that. And not saying that there's a right or wrong, good or bad, but I feel like you just can't worship that. Like, you can't worship no timeline. You can't be over here stressed out because you're not meeting what you see other people meeting. You looking on social media and you seeing people, they done got this, they done got that, they done established this, they done established that, but you still, you know, in a certain place. And so now you depressed because you looking at people, but you don't know what people doing to get what they got. Like, you don't know, and even sometimes it ain't always what people doing to get what they got. Like, it ain't always a negative thing, but you don't even know the oil. You don't even know the time that they had to put in. You don't even know, you know, how God, you know, had to move in their life for them to get it. And so, you know, you just got to be patient. Put in the work that you need to put in, and then just let things flow. Let things flow and let things happen the way that they gonna happen or whatever. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm 28, and there's things that I know that I want more now. You know, and when I was 25, I didn't want the things that I want now that I'm 28 or whatever. And so I feel like you know, just trusting the process, and then making sure that I put in the work, you know, for the things that I do want or whatever at the age that I'm at. Most memorable story time. Child, which one? Which one? I gotta do it. I'm gonna have a lot of story time videos because, child, I got stories out the gate. Like, just stories out the gate. I got so many memorable, like, I feel like they all memorable. But trying to see which one I want to tell. Which story time I'm gonna give y'all. I'm trying to see if I want to go mild or if I want to go like spicy. I'm trying to think if I want to. I got so many story times. Oh my goodness. But I'm trying to see if I might give y'all spicy later. I might give y'all spicy, you know, a little later. So I'm gonna give y'all a mild one. I guess it's kind of, yeah, I guess it's some kind of mild. So me and my homegirls, we was going to school. We was going to Ormwood High School in Tampa, Florida, Ormwood. And so we was so ridiculous. Like, we used to be skipping school. We used to be skipping school. I had a homegirl who stayed up the street. I think she stayed on Parsons. I think that's the name of the street. But she stayed up the street. I think she stayed on Parsons. And I think her grandma, I think she lived with her grandma. I don't remember. But whoever they was, they didn't used to be home. So it would be me and like a couple of my homegirls. And we would literally we would leave school when we get off the bus. Literally, when we get off the bus, after breakfast, after we did all that, we would literally walk off the campus and go to her house. And oh my God, y'all, this is like, what year was this? This was like 2000 and maybe like 2009, maybe 09, 2010, like somewhere around that time. We used to be in her living room, oh my God, making twerk videos, like ordering pizza, like every day just a vibe, just hanging. Literally every day. And then when it hit by, because I think we used to get out at 4 o'clock. I don't remember what time we used to get out, but it was a certain time we'll leave right before it was time for the last bell to ring for school to let out so we can hurry up and hop on the bus to go home. Going home like ain't nothing happened. So literally, I don't even remember how long this went on, but this was going on for a while, y'all. I was ridiculous. Like, skipping school, I got a lot of skipping school stories. Oh my goodness. I want to say, I don't remember what day it was on. But this day, you know, we done skipped school or whatever. You know, we done skipped school. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it happened this day. I don't remember it. But I just know it was one day we was on school campus skipping our classes. And we skipping our classes. We done made it to school. We skipping our classes. And I'm trying to remember, was it the principal, the assistant principal? He looking for us. I don't even know how I got the word, but I know it was me and a couple of my homegirls. The assistant principal was looking for us because they saw we had skipped so many days of school. Like, literally, the assistant principal had people walking around the school looking for us. Him, the principal, they was all walking around the school looking for us. Like, it had got bad. The deputies was walking around looking for us. I remember one of my homegirls, we had the locker room, the girls' locker room, and they had like an oven in the girls' locker room. She was hiding in the oven. She told me she was hiding in the oven. I think I hid in the dugout where not the football, but baseball players used to play at. It's like that little thing they sit in. It's called a dugout. I remember I'm hiding in the dugout. Like, literally, I think I was laying down on the ground, hiding in the dugout. Oh my goodness, hiding behind the bleachers. On the track outside in the back of the school, hiding behind the bleachers, so scared. Can see, like, I remember it was one time where we can literally see them, like, walk around, because they was going to our classes trying to find us. And there was one time where we saw them, like, walking around looking for us. So one of my homegirls, they ended up finding her. They called her parents. Her parents them had to come get her, yada, 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 all this. So me, I'm thinking, okay, man, oh my God, I was so scared, y'all. When I tell you I was so scared, I just knew that it was over for me. I knew it was over for me. I knew that when my grandma found out, oh baby, it was done. I end up getting hiding out. I'm hiding out that whole day. So I end up making it to the end of the day. I get on the bus. Mind you, my little silly self, because I used to always sit in the front of the bus. Why I sat in my same seat that I always sit in at the front of the bus, and literally, probably I hadn't been on the bus for at least 5 minutes. The principal, assistant principal, he said, he get on the bus, he like, Mauricio Scott on here? He asked me, bus driver, Mauricio Scott on here? The bus driver he look in the mirror. So it ain't take 2 seconds. He looked down, he saw me right there. He was like, oh, come on, Miss Scott. Man, when I tell y'all, my heart sank. My heart sank, baby. I thought I was going home. Baby, I thought I was finna go home. But no, you're not going home. You are in trouble, baby. You've been skipping these people's classes and it done caught up with you. Leaving campus, they ended up finding out we was leaving campus and everything. Like, it got that bad. Like, literally, like, they was finna take all of us to the Jack Center or whatever. And then here go what ends up happening with me. Here go what ended up happening with me. I get to the office or whatever. He take me down to the office. He's like, yeah, Miss Scott, you in a lot of trouble. It's like, yeah, you been skipping school every day. Like, how you come to school just to skip school? Like, your parents probably don't even know what you been doing. Like, all of this stuff. So, the whole time now, I can't even hear what he's saying. I'm just thinking like, oh my God, my grandma is she gonna be heartbroken. She gonna be so mad. I don't know if I'm finna get a beat down when I get home. I don't know what's finna happen. And so, just rebellious, y'all. And so when we was younger, my uncle, my mama brother, my Uncle Mark, God bless the dead, rest in peace. When we used to get in trouble and stuff, he had this belt called Blackie. The belt was like this thick. The belt was like that thick, y'all. I tell you no lie, the belt was like that thick. When I tell you, when we seen him coming with Blackie, oh baby, we was trying to hide. We was trying to do everything, like, literally. And we was so scared of Blackie. Like, me and my sister and brother, we was scared of Blackie. But Blackie did not. We was just rebellious. Like, Blackie, my uncle got to the point where he started whooping us. Like, he would whoop us and he put us on punishment, like, for months, for seasons. Like, literally, like, you on punishment from July all the way to December. Like, literally. And so, I don't know, that was something that I feared the most. But it just didn't stop me from doing bad stuff. I don't know, like, just did bad stuff. Like, as a kid, like, you just keep doing, I don't know. But, I remember I get down there to the office or whatever. So, the principal, he like, man, Miss Scott, you in a lot of trouble or whatever. Like, literally, like, you done put yourself in so much danger. Like, you know, as a school, like, your parents, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened to you. Like, your parents could have came and, you know, looking for you, and they don't know where you at. Anything could have happened to you while you was out there, like, which is understandable. We could have got kidnapped. We could, like, anything could have happened to us. And so, you know, now it's like, dang, we was really doing some crazy stuff. So the deputy come down there, they calling our parents, they calling my grandma, they calling my granddad, but nobody, like, is answering the phone. So they're like, well, if they don't answer, we gonna have to take you to the Jack. We gonna have to take you to the Jack. So I remember, I'm like, oh Lord, please, like, I don't want to go to the Jack Center. And the Jack Center, for those who don't know, the Jack Center is a place in Tampa. It's like a detention center for teenagers. So, like, you know how when you become 18, you go to jail. But when you know, a minor, they take you to, like, little detention centers. Like, you can sit in there for a few hours. Some people, they got to do 21 days. Like, it's different levels to it or whatever. But most likely, I was going to have to sit in there for a few hours until somebody came, until they can contact. But the principal, now this ain't the assistant principal. The principal, oh my gosh, she let me have it. She was like, yeah, you really, like, just, you know, I can't believe that you thought that this was okay. So I can't believe that you know, leaving our school campus. She was like, I'm gonna drive you home. She said, I'm gonna take you home to your grandma, and I'm gonna tell your grandma everything that you've been doing. Man, when I tell y'all, I was done. I was like, oh, I know I'm finna get it. The principal, literally the principal is finna take me home, and I'm finna be in so much trouble. So she drive me home. I mean, the whole ride there, the principal just like, yeah, you just, you know, you what's going on with you? You falling behind the wrong crowd and all this crazy stuff. She like, yeah, you know, I really hope that you, like, she rooting on the fact that, yeah, I hope that you get your butt in trouble. I hope your butt get too up for what you been doing. So we make it to my house or whatever. Oh my God, y'all, it's like doomsday. Like, I feel like I'm finna go be judged. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God, oh my God. My grandma, we get there. My grandma, she's sitting at the table. The principal come. So my grandma looking like, what's going on? The principal comes. She tell my grandma everything. I'm thinking I'm finna get beat, cussed out. My grandma just cried. Like, and she was so heartbroken. And I knew she was just like fed up. Like, I knew she was fed up. Like, when you young, you don't understand like how much pressure or how much, you know, just stress that you can be putting on somebody, or you can just be putting on your parents in general. Like, I didn't understand that, you know, when I was younger, because, you know, I was young, and so I didn't fully grasp it. But it's like, man, like, my grandma wasn't no weak chick. Like, my grandma was hard body, like, literally. And so for her to cry, it was like, it really touched me. Like, I was like, dang, I done messed up, man. I done messed up. And so, yeah, like, my grandma was like, you been skipping school? Like, you ain't been going to school this whole time? Like, how you just not going to school or whatever? You know, like, why are you doing this? And I just had no explanation. Like, I just, you know, it was just a lot going on. I feel like there was a lot, like, mentally and emotionally that was going on with me for a very, very, very long time. And I didn't have like the outlet. I didn't have like people who understood, people who I can go talk to, and, you know, they understood. I didn't have that at all. And so, you know, I just did it with my actions. Like, the way that I cope with just different things, I just rebelled, and I did what I wanted to do, and I, you know, just did things, made a lot of bad decisions. But yeah, I remember my grandma was just hurt. And so I remember when my uncle came over there, one of my other uncles, my uncle, not Blackie, not the one with Blackie, my other uncle, he came over there, and he was like, oh yeah, so you been skipping school? I'm sitting at the table. Man, when I tell you, he pimp slapped me. A whole man slapped me or whatever. And I remember I was so angry. Like, I was so mad. I was mad at my grandma, because I'm like, how you gonna let him just come here and slap me like that? Like, he a whole man. A lot of things, you know, ended up happening. Like, I think I did end up getting my phone taken. I ended up being on punishment, like, for a while. Y'all, it was crazy. Skipping school. Stay in school. Don't be out there skipping school. For any young people that's watching, I know y'all like, how you gonna talk? You was doing it because I can talk about it now, because I ain't doing it now. Yeah, stay in school. Don't be skipping school or whatever, because you pay for that stuff in the long run. I done had to take a lot of losses behind choices that I made, even with school, even with just a lot of different things, choices that I made. Your choices got consequences, baby. You gotta count the cost of everything you do, because everything got a cost. And so, you know, I done had my share of costs that I done paid for a lot of things that I done did. And so, you know, like, on a serious note, like, you know, think about your future. Think about the type of life that you want, and think about, you know, how you want to excel in life. Skipping school is not going to help you. It's not. In the long run, you're going to pay for it. Dropping out of school, in the long run, you're going to pay for that stuff. Like, literally, whatever you got to do to, you know, get yourself focused, or to get your mind right, get your heart right. Like, do that so you can have success. Just in general, doing what you're supposed to do. It ain't even just outside of school. You know, doing what you're supposed to do as a person, doing what's right. You know, a lot of good things come to you. Like, karma is really real. Karma is really real. Planting, seeding, and planting, harvesting, all of that stuff is real. Whatever you plant, whatever seeds you put in the ground is what seeds you're going to get out. And so when you put in nothing, you're going to get nothing. Focus, do whatever you got to do. And that's that on that. How many siblings do you have? And if you have siblings, which one are you? I have, in total, I have 5. I have 5 in total. I'm the youngest of the camp. I'm the baby out of everybody. That I have on my mom's side, I have 4. So I got 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Out of all of them, I'm the baby. We all a year apart. So literally, my mom had a baby. She had a baby every year. My mom had a baby every year. So I am 28. My brother next to me is 29. My brother after him is 30. My sister after him is 31. And my sister after her is 32. And so literally, we like all right behind each other. Like, my mama had us literally all a year apart. I do have a brother on my dad's side who is no longer alive. He hasn't been alive for some years now, for a few years. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2014 when he got killed. But yes, my brother, he was murdered. Me and him was only a year apart too. Yeah, he was a year older than me. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, so in total I have 5, and out of all of them, I'm the youngest or whatever, the baby. You know, I wasn't, you know how they be like, oh, the baby be spoiled, the baby be child. That wasn't really my story like that. Now, I can't say my granddaddy, because I got a lot of story times for y'all. It's some story times when I'm gonna get real deep or whatever. But my granddaddy, my great granddaddy, because I was raised by my great grandma and my great granddaddy. So my grandmother's parents or whatever, I was pretty much raised by them. And my great granddaddy, he spoiled me a lot. Like, I was one of the, out of all my siblings, I didn't know my daddy. I didn't meet my daddy until I was 21. Yeah, I was 21 years old. And the situation, the circumstances of how I met him was, you know, it was crazy. I'll tell y'all about it in the future. But, yeah, I ended up, out of all of them, I didn't know who my daddy was. And so my granddad, he knew that or whatever. He knew, you know, they used to even make jokes about it. Like, you know, in the black community, like, we take stuff that's like, you know, bad, and we make jokes out of it. But no, it's like, it be real trauma behind that stuff. And I don't know why we do that. Like, I don't know. We just always, I guess because we always had to just make something out of nothing. And so even with our humor, even with things that could be serious, like, a lot of times, you know, we'll just make it funny, or we'll make it a joke, or we'll, like, that's like the dark-skinned girl, you know, everybody like, oh, you know, they call her black, or they just stuff like that. That's like real trauma. Like, that's real, can be real messed up for this person, but it's being made out of a joke, or it's, oh, everybody know them as that in the family, but the whole time this is doing something to them on the inside. The whole time this is affecting them. This is making them feel less than. This is making them feel, but we always, you know, did that or whatever. And like I said, I feel like it's because we always had to make something out of nothing or whatever. Like, literally from the time we came over all the way back to slavery or whatever, we always had to make something out of nothing. And I feel like that contributes a lot to why we take things that aren't supposed to be funny and make them funny or whatever. And so yeah, I feel like, you know, that, like, my granddad, he would say a lot, like, oh, you know, yeah, you, cause you know you ain't got no daddy, you the only one that ain't got no daddy, I'm the only daddy that you do got, where your daddy at, like, stuff like that all the time or whatever. And so But the whole time that stuff had that stuff had a big hole in my heart. The fact that I didn't have my dad, the fact that, you know, I could see my siblings, you know, they'll go to their daddy, and their daddy wasn't, you know, as he wasn't there, but he was there. Like, there was times where he would come and get them, you know, when we was kids, like, you know, and then I'd be like home or whatever. But yeah, like, those things, they affected me, you know, a lot, not having, you know, that father figure, that real father figure. But, you know, big ups to my granddaddy. Like, he did the best that he can. He wasn't perfect, ain't nobody perfect, you know, but I feel like he did the best that he could. Like, he really, you know, he did the best that he could. And, you know, I'll forever thank him for that. I'll forever thank him for, you know, taking me under his wing and, you know, making sure that I had nice shoes, making sure I had a phone, making sure my phone bill was paid every month. Like, just different things like that, you know, just show his love for me. You know, making sure I had money in my pocket, like, just different things or whatever. And so I'll always thank him. I'll always love him, you know, for stepping up to the plate or whatever. But, yes, I am the youngest of the camp. That's why I say I guess he kind of spoiled me in his own way, like, you know. But it was limits to it. Like I said, I wasn't like the spoiled one, but I did, you know, I did get a lot of things from him because of that, because I was the baby that didn't have the daddy or whatever like that. And so yes, who's your favorite parent? I mean, my real parents, I didn't have my real parents or whatever. Like, I didn't have them, like, in my life, so I can't really go based off of that. Like, I didn't have my mom, I didn't have my dad. Like I just told you, I didn't meet my dad till I was 21. My mom, you know, that's another story, you know, which I will get into eventually or whatever. I'm gonna share a lot of truth on here. And, you know, I don't know if everybody gonna be, you know, too okay with it, but at the end of the day, this is my platform. This is how I'm gonna choose to glorify God. This is how I'm gonna choose to show my struggles, things that I've been through, you know, my stories or whatever. And so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, my mom wasn't, you know, there. My mom, you know, as a kid, I can remember being around her, like, I remember a lot of things with my mom, but I think I got taken from my mom when we was probably like, I know we was all young, but I was maybe like 3 or 4 maybe. I know I was a baby. I think I was still in diapers. But I have memories of her because we did, like, get to spend time with her, even though we wasn't supposed to be. Like, my grandma and my granddad, they still, like, allowed us to go be with her or whatever, like, to see her and stuff like that. But yeah, like, she I have good memories with my mom. Like, I have a lot of good memories with her. You know, some ratchet or whatever. But I have good memories of her. Like, I just remember being her baby. Like, I remember being her baby. I remember always being in her lap. I remember always being up under her, and it was never a problem or an issue for her to hold me. It was never a problem or an issue for, you know, me to, you know, be in her lap. What I do remember, which I thank God for those memories, that she enjoyed me being her baby, and she enjoyed, you know, carrying me and holding me and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I have loving memories of her. Like, I have memories, you know, like I said, of just, you know, being her baby or whatever. And, you know, although she wasn't perfect, I do feel like she did have a lot of potential to be a really good mom or whatever. But, you know, situations and circumstances, they do happen or whatever. And, you know, like I said, that's another story. But I don't know if I have to go from that with me not knowing my dad. I would have to say, you know, my mom would have been, you know, the parent that would be my favorite, I guess. I mean, we didn't have a relationship no more than that as I grew up. Me and my mom didn't, but, you know, that was something that was out of her control as well or whatever. And so I don't fault her for that at all. My grandparents, I'm gonna definitely have to say, you know, my granddad, because I was a little more spoiled by him or whatever. You know, I love my grandma too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love my grandma to death. But